charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
Combs is dangerous and poses an ongoing threat to the safety of the community.
When Combs didn't get his way, he was violent.
Mr. Combs is a fighter.
Yeah, y'all seen that video? Him running down the hallway, booty butt naked, kicking a girl on the floor, throwing her on the floor. Like, boy, you tripping.
Gonna fight this to the end. He's innocent. We knew this.
That's not what them thousand bottles of baby oil say, and them things that they found, like 700 of them toys, boy, freaky ass.
He's coming. His spirits are good. He's confident. He's not
Big ass
guilty.
bed in
He's
his
innocent
backyard
of these charges.
Damn, Diddy.
Now who believe that? Actually, who believe that? Freaky ass.
Back at it again with the free shit. On Monday, September 16th, 2024, the feds made their move, taking Sean Diddy Combs into federal custody inside the lobby of a Manhattan hotel. His arrest would come 10 months after multiple allegations of freak nasty abuse.
Dang, look at all them.
Cassie would be the first to file a lawsuit accusing Diddy of savage beatings, rape, drugs, the list goes on. Well, the very next day after the lawsuit went viral, Diddy's lawyer, and Cassie settled the lawsuit with the terms to be kept confidential. The speed of how fast the lawsuit ended pretty much answered everyone's question as to did he do it. In the following months, both women and a man would come forward with more deviant allegations. Homeland Security would strike, conducting early morning raids on Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami mansions. Following the raids, a video of Cassie being assaulted by Diddy would take the internet.
Oh, there we go. That's the one I'm talking about.
By storm, as the lawsuit alleged Diddy paid $50,000 at the time to make the video disappear.
They ain't disappeared.
Howard University would revoke Diddy's honorary degree and terminate the scholarship program in his name, and the mayor of New York City would also request the key to the city be returned.
Diddy, you're fried, buddy. They're revoking all your stuff that. Ooh, you're cooked, boy.
Diddy knew what was coming as he traveled back to New York City, checking into a hotel on September 5th in anticipation of the indictment. Just 30 minutes before the feds took him into custody, Diddy could be seen laughing and mingling with fans in Central Park. At one point, he'd even meet with his lawyer on a park bench. It would appear Diddy was taking it all in. Pause. As he knew this may be the last time he sees the city he ran for the last 30 years. The unsealed indictment would reveal Diddy has been hit with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The feds would allege that for decades, Diddy abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Diddy relied on his employees.
What I don't even understand is if you're innocent and didn't do all that, why are you going to all those lengths and hiring people to manage your conduct and public image? Like, what are you protecting? What do you have to hide? If everything's all good and gravy, you understand me? Like, what? Feel me?
Resources and influence of the business empire he controlled, creating a criminal enterprise that engaged in or attempted to engage in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. In other words, Diddy used his power to get his freak on.
But realistically, who doesn't do that? Like, if we were calling a spade, in that industry, the music and entertainment industry, they all do that. Like, that's exactly why them little 18, 19, 20-year-olds be getting backstage and all that. Like, they're using their image to get what they want. And, like, they all do that. It's just he's doing OD. Like, if that's the case, they need to call out everybody. Everybody at the top, they need to get on their bumper. But it's like, they're not going to, you feel me?
Diddy engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women and other individuals. This abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As part of this abuse, Diddy manipulated women.
then them shorties need to go ahead and use them brass knuckles to get to teeing off on him, buddy.
And to participate in highly orchestrated, freaky activity with male sex workers. At times, Diddy or those working for him would fly out women and sex workers to his location. He'd make sure they were willing to participate by supplying them drugs, controlling their careers, using financial support, and threatening to cut them off financially while using intimidation and lastly violence. Physical abuse by Diddy was recurrent and widely known. Since 2009, he'd assault women by striking, punching, dragging, kicking, and throwing things. These assaults were at times witnessed by other people, including in 2016 when he kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at Cassie before trying to bribe the hotel workers to remain silent. Diddy would even use his employees to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse and freak nasty behavior. Members of the Diddy enterprise.
That's the main thing I'm not understanding. Like, you feel me? If you ain't got nothing to hide, I'm not having no one cover up nothing. There's nothing to cover up, you feel me? But if you out there doing that crazy stuff, then I mean, you gonna need people to make you sure you get right. Like,
Enterprise were well involved in this dirty work and worked together to preserve, protect, promote, and enhance the power, reputation, and brand that is Sean Diddy Combs. See, Diddy's disciples wielded enough power and prestige to lure women.
Look at them shorts and boots, boy, and the leopard print. Man, you just look like a weirdo.
Diddy's orbit, often under the false pretense of a romantic relationship. These women were then forced or coerced into engaging in
around them. We got Usher around them, and everybody got caught with them.
Diddy referred to as freak-offs. These freak-offs were elaborate and produced performances that Diddy arranged and directed while electronically recording and pleasuring himself. Domestic and international flights would be provided, and these freak-offs would occur regularly, sometimes lasting multiple days and involving multiple people. Diddy distributed a variety of drugs to keep his victims obedient and compliant. Sometimes unbeknownst to the victims, Diddy kept videos he filmed of victims engaging in such acts with sex workers, and when the freak-offs were done, Diddy would provide IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and drug use.
So you mean to tell me this man had a whole adult scene production in his crib that he arranged with multiple people flying him out? Like what do you, just for your own... Bro, you're nasty. Like, that is not it. Like, you can't just be a regular human being. Like, he didn't even want to, he didn't say nothing about him participating. Bro just wanted to watch it and touch himself. If that's not next level weird, I don't know what is. And then they going so crazy, you need IV after, and you drugging him. Like, player, you gotta get a different stilo, cause that ain't it.
Would often book hotel rooms.
Them videos, I ain't mean to pause again, but them videos is blackmail for sure. You know they are for sure. Cause you know how people get off them alcohol and them drugs, they're doing all kind of crazy stuff. And he like, oh, you seen what you did last night? Bam. Now I'm gonna need you to do X, Y, Z, and Z, you feel me?
Stalking them in advance
you a sick
with
dude.
the required freak-off supply list. The list would include drugs, baby oil, lubricant, extra sheets, and lighting. During the raids of Diddy's mansions, law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including drugs, over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and lube. They'd also seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers, one of which had a drum magazine. The feds are using 16 years worth of dirt to essentially bury Diddy inside of a federal prison, and in a desperate attempt, Diddy's defense team proposed to put him on home detention with a $50 million bond secured by his Miami mansion. But the feds would give 15 pages of reasons why the judge shouldn't allow it.
You're cooked, buddy. Anytime the feds pick you up, they got like 80-90% of their research done. Like you're cooked. You're toast, buddy, because feds got like an 98% conviction rate. Like, they're not playing. Like, there ain't nobody winning for real against the feds. And you did this for 16 years? Oh yeah, there's so much stuff out there on you. Like, buddy, you're toast. I'm sorry, you're fried
The letter would
chicken.
highlight much of what
15
the indictment
pages of why
states,
not to let you
including
out
one
before
freak off
trial.
in 2012,
You're
which Diddy
done.
had to pay $46,000 to cover the damages done to a New York penthouse. In 2011, Diddy and a conspirator kidnapped an individual at gunpoint to facilitate breaking into and entering the residence of someone else. 2 weeks later, Diddy's disciples set fire to that person's car by slicing open the convertible top and dropping a Molotov cocktail inside the interior. Since 2008, allegations of Diddy's violence against women has been reported in the public media, but more recently, there has been an outpouring of allegations dating back to the 90s. The weapons recovered inside of Diddy's home are also a federal concern. While 6 legal weapons were found stored in safes, 3 AR-15s were found with defaced serial numbers, making them very illegal. A drum magazine loaded with 59 rounds of .223.
With that much money, just buy legal guns. Fool, don't make your situation worse. Like, what do y'all don't be thinking, like, at all.
Was found in his Los Angeles mansion where high capacity
Oh, this
magazines
chilling, you buying
are very
ghost
illegal.
guns.
To make a long story short, the feds said Diddy's dangerous, has a shitload of money, and is definitely a flight risk, so the judge denied his bail. As of now, Diddy resides in a not-so-luxury concrete cell within MDC Brooklyn, a federal facility that holds over 1,700 inmates of all calibers and has been home to many big names from rappers like 6ix9ine to mob boss John Gotti. It can be expected that a ton of new information will keep coming out regarding this case, possibly more charges, and even more arrests. It's also likely that Diddy may have some information he's willing to share in order to secure his freedom. So while the industry has turned their backs on him, many may be sweating, knowing what they did in Diddy's darkness is about to come to light.
I'm telling y'all, there's got to be some high-level people doing some really weird stuff. Once they start bringing up, once this case starts, all of that stuff's coming out. All of it's going to be put on the table. Like, this person was here doing this. They coerced with this because he's asking people for help to do this crazy stuff. So it's like those high-level players, too, they're out here doing that weird stuff and helping him. They got power just like him. So when a bunch of powerful people come together and got a weird agenda, they going to make it happen. But, like, ooh, that's a bad situation.
Diddy,
all them people sweating
he's
bullets.
Facing a minimum 15 years and up to life in federal prison. Now, I think it's safe to say we all expected this would happen. We just didn't know when. The fact that he only has 3 counts is somewhat surprising. I thought it would have been more because all the allegations against him are so crazy and in depth. But racketeering is pretty much bundling up everything into one charge. At the end of the day, he has 3 charges. He's facing 15 years minimum up to life. And
feds is like, what, 90% time, something like that. They don't get all that good benefits and all that, bro. You're serving that 15 years and you already like, what, 30, 40? Forget about it.
The way the feds work is you're either going to tell on somebody or you're going to get fucked. Now, the type of case he has, anything
you leaving
sexual,
without your pants, buddy.
It's frowned upon to the point that you can be a target. But that's more so for people that aren't so rich and aren't so famous. I'm not sure how it would play out for him because he has money to sway the crowd. But this is the thing. They may also come for the money. They may come for his properties. They may come for everything. And if they're able to take away his means of defense and making things happen, they're taking away his power.
Is chilly.
We're just gonna reduce him from a music mogul to a famous person with not so much money. But what I think is gonna happen and what I know is gonna come to light is a lot more names, a lot more people.
Facts.
Possibly more arrests, a
Facts.
lot of people falling back, and you know, Diddy has a lot of information on people. This shit's kind of similar to the Epstein shit when he was bringing people to the island, except Diddy was doing this shit over here. You're flying people through, you're recording them, you're giving them drugs, whatever. Now Diddy, his life is on the line. And we're gonna see how desperate he gets. We're gonna see how desperate other people get. We don't know how deep this is gonna go, and this is only the beginning. Guarantee it won't be the last video I make on it, as the updates are just gonna come rolling in. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comments section. It's 10.
Yeah, this one was pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure all you guys have heard about this story circling around on the news. It's going to be, I don't think he's going to beat this one. I really don't, because of all the allegations, all the people involved. It's too much for too long. Like, it's way too much for too long to get away unscathed. It don't matter how much money you got, player. But let me know what you guys think about this one down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll go ahead and catch you on the next one.